Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Kamitian Field here at Holliston High School for Holliston Girls Varsity Soccer. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Holliston Hub HCAT. I'm John Drohan. I'm joined in the booth with John Marshall, who is the Grand Poobah and Grand Master of all, a Grand Marshal of all things soccer here in Holliston. Holliston's playing Norwood today. And the Norwood Mustangs come in a record with 0-0, and Holliston is 1-0, and the game is underway. John, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
John Marshall, as I said, is the founder, one of the founders of Holliston Youth Soccer in Holliston, which is why he is here. The other reason he is here is also because he has taught me everything I know about soccer. I'm also joined in the booth by Bruce and Lindsay, who are manning the Holliston Hub, all of the great camera work that you're going to be seeing today. So it's wonderful to have both of you here. Of course, Bruce Guilfoy, it's actually super special because he is the Holliston Cable Access. He's the president, and I think you're the we call supreme leader or something like that. Something like that. All right, so here we go. We're underway here. Holliston in, of course, their home red, going from north to south, and Norwood in the visiting whites from south to north. So Holliston starters today. In the goal, Holliston has Kiera Lucas. Number 1, Claire Fitzgerald. Number 3, Hannah Holden. She's a freshman. She's the sister of Anya Holden, who's injured. We'll talk about her later. Paige Kutchman, number 4. Caitlin O'Connell, number 6. She's a 4-year starter here at Holliston and a captain. Ainsley Doniger, Caitlin Queeley, Emma Hauk, Kaylee McDonald also starting today, Emily Mulvaney, and Lila Bausch, number 20. All right, so as we're underway, Norwood starts to make a push down Holliston way, goes out of bounds. It looks like it's going to be a Norwood throw. It's a rather balmy day today here at Kamitian Field. The sun is bright and the heat is turned up. So as the game starts, and this is one of the things that talking to Coach Brielle Chadsey before the game, Coach Chadsey said they could be doing 20-minute quarters just because of the early season and the heat. Holliston clears, and it's going to go off of Holliston. It looks like it's going to be a Norwood throw. The Norwood Mustangs are coached by Coach Kim Bricklow. Had a chance to talk briefly with Coach Bricklow today as Norwood got here a little bit late. And again, these games, the girls, they get out of school at 3:00 p.m. and it's not like Norwood is the next town over. So there's a little bit of a travel time, and then to have this game start immediately at 4:00. Ball goes across and looks like it's cleared. Look like it's going to be, so Norwood's going to get their first corner of the game. I know you want to keep track of the corners, right?
I do. Do I? Yes.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep track of the corners.
I'm not a fan of corners, as you know. I think they're they're just kind of wasted.
Here's the Norwood corner, and then, as you said, that corner gets wasted and cleared to the outside.
Come out there, yeah.
Holliston on the counter. Holliston with numbers and speed. That's Emma Hauk on the outside. Hauk takes it around the corner and pushes. Looks like it's going to go out, and it's going to be a Holliston throw down the end. So tell me what it is. What it is about the corner that you don't like is
Well, it's rarely have I seen it played right. I mean, they stand down and blast this ball across. Now, the only person who can really get it is the goalkeeper because she can use her hands. So when they do that, she should pick it off all the time. Or if not, it comes across as you saw just here, and one of the defence heads it away. And 9 times out of 10. That's what happens, and it always makes me laugh when they count corners to indicate the state of the way a game is being, who's on top, so to speak.
That's right. So
nobody ever tries a short corner. Now, when it's absolutely the right time to use it when other teams never do it, probably never seen it, and they will get caught on it time and time again.
So we'll look for that. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if maybe Holliston might do a short corner.
I hope so. I'd like to see that.
All right, Holliston pressing down into the Norwood end, and it's going to go off of Hauk, and it's going to be a Norwood throw.
Yeah.
Strong throw in. It's hard to see these Norwood numbers. I'll do my best to try and identify some of the Norwood players. So Norwood coming off a tough season last year, 1-win season throughout the entire year, but it looks like they have some. They've made some updates. It looks like they have. I know they had quite a few underclassmen playing last year, so they have some people with experience, and it looks like it's starting to show early on. That's McLeod on the outside. McLeod with the ball across. She's there. Hauck almost got a piece of it, but then it's cleared out. Cleared out well by the Norwood defender.
That's a very nice cross, actually.
So Caitlin O'Connell on the outside. I said Molly McLeod. Molly McLeod, of course, is injured today. Two of the Holliston 3-year, now 4-year starters are injured and injured where they're not going to be back anytime soon. As I mentioned earlier, Anya Holden and also Molly McLeod. All right, so Holliston with their first corner. So far, it's 1-1 in corners.
This is a
Hauk takes a corner, lobs it up in the middle.
No.
Who got it? That was Kutchman got a head on it, but she popped it high up over the crossbar.
She's got to get up to that. Yep.
But not a bad idea. Kutchman was able to get up and get her head on it.
No, very good idea.
So as I said, Norwood a tough season last year in the Tri-Valley League. One win, 1-14, and Holliston was 11-8 last year. Holliston did have a strong back end of the season where they won 2 of their playoff games, which they came in as underdogs in that second playoff game, and they won, and then unfortunately weren't able to advance after that. But not a bad season for Holliston, who's traditionally strong, as we all know. So Kaylee McDonald on the outside. That ball down. O'Connell is there. So up front, Holliston has some experience, that's for sure. They have Caitlin O'Connell, who is arguably one of the strongest strikers in the league and was last year for sure. Ainsley Doniger is a junior. She's moved up. It's her first varsity experience. She's playing on the outside attacking role, number 8. Caitlin Queeley, also a junior. She looks like she's playing that outside right back. And ball goes out, and it's going to be a Norwood goal kick.
On a day like today, the kids got to learn not to chase around too much. It's a day when it's a passing day. It's not a running day.
That's a great point. Right, today's the day to let the ball do the work.
Absolutely.
Long kick out. And unfortunately, what you see, especially early on in the season, we see a lot of that, right?
Yes, yeah.
You see a lot of just running and chasing and trying to.
That's right. It's they're just trying to settle down. It's their first game, so there's a lot of nervous anticipation involved, I should imagine.
Right, and kids are trying. They're trying to establish themselves. Maybe if they're competing for a starting spot on the team. So you'll see a lot of hustle out there. That tends to wear a team down. There's an interception, and she was off, just off.
It's hard luck.
Yeah, outside.
This wing on this side appears in the first few minutes to be very aggressive.
So that's Ainsley. We mentioned her. That's Ainsley Doniger. She's a junior.
Really?
She's playing up on the right side. She's had a nice interception. Was just on the other side of the halfway.
Yeah. That was. The ball's got to be on the floor. They're not going to do much good in the air today.
So Holliston, Norwood, trying to see some establishment. We had a couple of drives deep, as I said earlier. Caitlin O'Connell had a nice cross, had some openings, but nothing really to see. Norwood's not doing a bad job of trying to control the ball, but again, like you said, if if you can let the ball do the work and pass the ball as opposed to doing a lot of running and chasing, then that team is going to they may have more gas in the tank, as they say, at the end of the game.
Come on. No, you've got to get it under.
Battle in the midfield.
You've got to control. No.
As Kayla McDonald. As you know, because we are announcers here and we're media personnel, we're not allowed to really be biased towards one team or the other. However, as I've been on the sideline standing next to my father-in-law for my entire soccer career, the last 20 some odd years, you can't help it. So if you hear coming from the booth, if you hear some encouragement for one team versus another, that's just the way it is here at the Holliston Hub. So more midfield play here for Holliston. It's Holliston looking to do a good job.
That's nice.
Not bad.
There you go. Yep.
They starting to control, trying to get the ball up.
Moved it up.
So Holliston trying to establish some control, maybe do some field reversing on the outside. Let's see who we have. So that's Claire Fitzgerald on the outside. Claire Fitzgerald's a sophomore this year. Made her varsity debut last year as a freshman. There's a ball through, and there's O'Connell. She's there. She's alone, and she shoots, and she scores.
Very good.
Caitlin O'Connell breaks away, and there was nobody that was going to catch her.
No.
So Caitlin O'Connell in the 28th minute shoots and scores and puts Holliston ahead 1-0.
Yeah, I don't know really what happened there. There was 3 red shirts broke through. There was just this one white shirt. I don't know why the others weren't being picked up.
So it looked like Emma Hauk was the one who had the ball on the outside and found O'Connell.
A very nice pass through the middle. There's a beautiful pass through the middle, yeah.
And O'Connell, who is, as we had said last year, she's arguably one of the fastest players in this league.
Yeah.
And O'Connell breaks away, and she just has a one-on-one with the keeper, and she finishes.
Oh, nice. Again.
Here we go again.
Who is that?
So it looks like the Norwood defenders are playing up.
Yeah. Who's number 11?
11 is Emma Hauk. So Emma Hauk's a senior. She's a 4-year player. So Hauk playing
13.
On the outside wing, and then of course 13 is Kaylee McDonald, the junior.
Okay.
Also not a bad softball player. Of course, we talk about softball on these broadcasts as well. Her father, of course, Jay McDonald, also can hold his own on the softball field. All right, so Holliston with an early 1-0 lead at the 28th minute by a breakaway goal by Caitlin O'Connell here in this very, very warm and sunny day at Kamitian Field. So Norwood looks like from in the back, especially as they try and push up, I think they're trying to play to hold the Holliston players onside, but if you don't have the speed to catch them, then you're not going to.
No, absolutely.
You can't do it. You got to be
able
to keep up.
You got to have them. You got to have them marked. You got to have people back there to pick them up. But
so Holliston is playing their traditional 4-back, which they have played since we've been doing the broadcast and since Coach Brielle Chadsey has taken over. Lila Bausch has moved from the outside back. She is now the one of the anchoring center backs, along with Hannah Holden, freshman Hannah Holden.
Come on, goalkeeper.
McDonald again. Hauk on the outside. Shot in. Handled and cleared. So Hauk takes a shot on the outside. It gets stopped, doesn't get to goal. Throw in on the outside. And on the right side, Caitlin Queeley, junior Caitlin Queeley, is on the plays on the outside. So 4 along the back is Fitzgerald, Holden, Bausch, and Queeley. Sarah Williams is coming to the game, playing that holding midfielder. And that's the classic Holliston. She's always done it. She's always pushed that holding midfielder up and held and for the most part, her backs stay back. As you can see, they'll always outnumber the number of attackers, so they'll stay back. And you know, in Coach Brielle Chadzy's Holliston career, Holliston doesn't get scored on a lot, and I think that's a big reason for that. Now, you know, unless you have a really strong striker or finisher, you know, like in the form of Caitlin O'Connell or some of the players that they've had in the past, then you're not going to score that much either. So you'll obviously be in some low-scoring games. Free kick. So Sarah Queenie's come in the game, number 14 on the attack, and there's a ball forward. Kutchman's there. And it gets cleared out, and it's going to be a Holliston throw. Williams with the throw. Long ball in. Kutchman again gets her head on it. There's Kutchman with the left foot, but she didn't get a lot on that. And an easy one-hopper to the Norwood goalkeeper. Norwood goalkeeper today is Tricia Wachowski. Wachowski's a junior. There's a ball forward again, and it looks like
she's onside.
She's
yes.
onside.
Yeah.
Ball across. House there and finishes.
There you go. Very
Kutchman.
nice. Very nice. Yep.
Great ball across. And Paige Kutchman with the one-time finish, and Holliston with an early 2-0 lead at the 23-minute mark.
That was a very nice goal. That was the defense started that off. It came from the back, and it went all the way up. It was everybody on, you know, from the back onwards. They all played a part in that, and they worked their way nicely, and that was a lovely goal. They
I couldn't get over just how unmarked she was down in the corner for that cross.
I know. Yeah, there's a little bit of a problem there, unfortunately.
Right, and it's not a. I don't think it's an out athleticizing thing. I mean, granted, the goal by O'Connell was a foot race, but that was just like you said. I think there's some of the Norwood players are just a little too far up and allowing too much of the Holliston forwards to come up.
I've been a critic of Holliston in past years because they don't bring their backs into the game like the modern soccer is played these days. But if you don't attempt to do that sometimes, you're never going to get anywhere. But they're beginning to look as though they're doing that now.
Yeah, you saw that. So
there's not you haven't got 4 people in a line that are standing there. And 50% of them have got nothing to do from the Holliston side. You've really, it looks much better than it did last year.
Like you said, that was Caitlin Quilley, number 10, who's the right back who started that.
Yeah.
And then she found Caitlin Clark. So that was Caitlin Clark, who's now moved up to the outside wing on the right side. Caitlin Clark was the one who sent that cross, a beautiful cross that Kutchman was able to finish. So Holliston on the board twice now with a 2-0 lead early on. The ball forward. And bounces out of the keeper's hand. So Kira Lucas bobbled it, but was able to get control over it. She sends it out to midfield. Kira Lucas is a sophomore this year, so there's Queenie. Queenie pressuring.
Well, what is that number there?
So Queenie is 14.
14. She is extremely fast, and she's difficult to control. I see that centre half, at least that's the position I think the Norwood girl's playing. She is having a tough time keeping track of her.
And Queenie's tall. She's probably the tallest player on the field right now.
Yeah, you've got to learn to give her a little bit of space. Because if you're level with her, when you both go for the ball, she's going to beat you because she's so much faster.
So ball comes in, ball in. And a couple
No,
pieces, but then it gets cleared again.
No.
So we'll try that again. So Holliston looks like they're well positioned. Haven't had too many threats on their end, and there's some kind of contact right there, and it looks like it's going to be a foul on Queenie. So Norwood will get a clean. That was a good call. I had the opportunity to talk to one of the referees today, my friend Tom, who will be watching. We had a good conversation. We're talking about rule change, about rule kind of adjustments or kind of rule evolution. And in all sports, he officiates several sports. He was telling me about how the rules in soccer have changed back to when 30 years ago, and how they 30 years ago, he said the referees, they didn't even bring their whistle to the game. They were allowed to hit as much as you wanted. Ball in on the outside, comes to Kutchman's.
No.
She's not able to hold it. Queeley's there.
Nice.
Nice play.
Oh, beautiful.
Clark gets the ball across, and she earns another corner. Not that we're keeping track of the corners because they don't show them there. We'll see what Holliston does on the corner on the right side. It's going to be Clark's going to take that. Holliston substitution coming in. Kaylee McDonald taking a break. And there's Clark. Nice ball across over the head of the keeper. Bukowski's not able to get in, but that's just going to clear all the way through. So a little too much on that. Leilani Burrows is in the game. She's a senior this year. So the Holliston, I'm looking at my notes here as we take a break. The Holliston seniors this year: Caitlin O'Connell, Emma Hauk, Anya Holden, and that's it. Those are our three seniors. Oh, sorry, and Juliet Leone. So 4 seniors this year are the captains. Sorry, the captains of Holliston's team. So O'Connell, McLeod, Leone, and Anya Holden. Of course, Anya Holden injured, and in talking to her before the game, she was out for the remainder of the season. So far, What do you see? I mean, other than
well, I like the one thing I do notice. I like the shape of the Holliston defensive rear group, the final 4, final 3, whatever you call it. I like it. I like the way they're playing. They're playing soccer. They're controlling the ball. They're passing it nicely. Norwood, the girls, they're very aggressive. I don't think they have quite the control that they should have. When they go to bring the ball under control, they don't stop it properly. It bounces up, so they have to have 2 goes, one with their foot and one with their chest, so to speak. And their marking at the back is not very good.
Yeah, and we saw that, right? We saw that first. The first Holliston goal, that was pretty much a giveaway, right? That was a giveaway.
Yeah, it was.
And Norwood was flat-footed, or kind of on their heels with their line up.
Yeah.
But the second goal, the second Holliston score, that was, like you said, that was developed from the back.
That was a creative play.
Yeah,
you can't stop those.
Yeah, and again, Coach Bigelow right now is probably telling those backs to really, really, know where those attackers are.
They're going to have to do that. In fact, right at the start now, you're going to have to. If it was me, I'd get them to be a little bit more defensive and not so worried about attacking, because you've got to stop goals being scored first. Worry about scoring them afterwards, but you've got to stop goals being scored against
before you. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Yeah. You heard it. Everybody heard it. Heard it from. From the soccer marshal, and Bausch sends one.
Get out.
Down over the goal line. It's going to be a Norwood goal kick. So Holliston doing some. They're doing some substitutions, so it's good that And Coach Chadsey had mentioned this before the game that everybody looks like they're going to play today. And that ball went off of Kutchman. Looks like it hit her in the hand, but that's not the way my pal Tom saw it, although Tom's on the other side. Tom also let me know that not only is he a soccer official, but he's also a basketball official, and he may or may not have done some Santa Claus work at Gillette Stadium. I'm not saying he showed me a picture or didn't, but he said it was one of the biggest ovations he ever had, wearing his Santa outfit at Gillette Stadium. Said it was his father's Santa outfit that he'd worn over the 35 years. So he couldn't just give that away. I had to carry on the tradition. So good for him. I mean, and then again, it's September. It's early September, but is it too early to start talking about Christmas? I don't know.
No. Talked a lot.
I'm standing next. That was Lindsay, by the way, who says, "Yeah, I don't know. I'm standing." So the guy that I'm standing next to, he dresses up for as long as I've known him. He's dressed up as Santa every year. Now, granted, not your traditional Santa, but Santa nonetheless.
Yeah, and I've been trying to give it up.
You've been trying to give it up for years.
Nobody wants to take it on.
Your grandchildren are not going to let you.
They don't want to do that. No.
All right, so Holliston trying to do some maneuvering in the.
That's it.
In the Norwood end, and
that's better.
Again, nice positioning. It comes.
There.
Shot left foot.
There you go. A left foot shot.
Queenie with a nice turn. Was able to get a little bit on it, but not enough. But a good ball in.
It was
and
right
again,
there.
Holliston showing some very nice control in that forward midfield, with a lot of seemingly like good connections and good combinations, which is a result of maybe just not the kind of marking that Norwood wants to do. So Norwood pushes forward, and here they are on the outside. Bausch comes up, and Bausch puts a stop to that.
I'm all for quick passing, but you got to give it. If you're gonna pass quickly and not try and control it and bring the game under control, you better make sure where it's going is where it needs to go.
That's true. This is true.
And that was the example.
There's another
again.
breakaway.
Kutchman
all on her own with a shot.
Oh,
great save.
Well, nice. Good save. Well done.
Bakowski with a diving save and a fantastic
Beautiful.
save. That's why you're not going to see much better save than that. Kutchman was at point blank, had every reason to score that. Bakowski had something to say about it. So a great save.
When you mark somebody like those two there, you can't be level with them. That's the problem. They will get it, particularly if they're faster than you. You know who's faster than you or not after you've been playing for 5 minutes.
That's right.
You can't give them. You can't be level with them. You can't give them a foot. You've got to make sure you're in front of them. You can get there before they get there and stuff like that. So that's not very good. I hope the Norwood coach can pick up on that.
So the Holliston corner by Hauk went off. We're going to do it again. This ball a little bit further in. It hits. And Norwood gets a breakout. And looks like there's...
No. Nobody to pass to.
Clears out, and it's a Holliston throw. Doing some hydration. As you guys can hear that, the both of us took a quick water break here in the booth. There's Leone. Leone's in the game. Juliet Leone playing that outside back. There's Lila Bausch. She chases and she clears it outside.
There you go. That may not look very exotic, but it's a very safe thing to do. Brings all your defense back to help you out.
So Norwood pushes in, sends the ball forward. And Emerson Arsenault's down there. Emerson Arsenault, she's a freshman, playing that outside back. And it goes to Lucas. She clears. To Burrows. Arsenault on the outside. Ball forward. And once again, Holliston with numbers up front. Substitution. Sarah Williams comes out. And it looks like that's number 18, Emily Mulvaney comes back in the game. So Mulvaney back in. Hauk with the throw. Burrows is there. She plays back. Again, I mean, we see, look at this. Holliston, this is a new concept. There's a break three. There's O'Connell trying to sneak on the outside. Once again, O'Connell just on the other side of that offside line. So Holliston, that's the problem now for Norwood, is they're chasing. So Holliston's going to play a little bit looser. They're going to take a few more chances, and that could work against Norwood. Here's a foot race down. Holden's there. Holden chases, and she's going to let it go out. And it's going to be a Holliston goal kick. So it looks like Bausch is going to take this. Bausch sends it forward. Long ball up. She's got Doniger. Doniger tries to get a turn and can't. Here comes Norwood on the counter. Ball through. Mulvaney's there. And Norwood having a little bit of a connection problem here on the attack.
Oh.
Some contact there, no whistle. And probably for the right reason. It was
No, I think it was both. There's nothing really.
Ball forward, and it's going to go too hard. Lucas is there. So Holliston with a 2-0 lead. Both goals coming in the first half of this half. So what he's talking. There's a long ball forward.
Look at that. What?
There's McDonald. McDonald's there. McDonald breaks free and shoots. Another save by Wachowski. And she can't keep it. McDonald was just too hard. McDonald pounds it. Wachowski's able to get a hand on it. It just pops out of her hand and goes over the line for a third Holliston goal. So once again, Holliston gets a breakaway goal, gets a clean look with no defenders. And this time it was Kaylee McDonald pounds that ball. And although Wachowski was able to get a hand on it, there was just too much velocity. So Holliston took a 3-0 lead here in the 29th minute. Ball forward. That's what I was saying before. They were scored in the 28th minute. Those kids weren't scored in the 28th minute. Those were scored in like the 8th minute. I'm gonna work on my math. The problem is we're looking at a football countdown. So it's not a running clock. It runs backwards. So I apologize for giving you the wrong minutes of when the goals were scored. We'll get our stats people to work on that and get that so it'll be accurately, so it'll be run along the bottom. So 3 separate goals today. First one by Caitlin O'Connell. Second one by Paige Kutchman, and now Kaylee McDonald joins the scoring team. So Holliston with a commanding 3-0 lead with 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Norwood trying to get something going and push that ball out of there, but most of this game is being played down on the Norwood side of the field.
I get the feeling, watching this game, that they're just very weary. They just can't seem to get out of their own half.
And understandably, the Heat may have something to say
absolutely. I think it's
early on in the season.
I think it's something to do with it, yeah, sure.
What is nice to see is Holliston looks like they're trying to put together some sort of combination as opposed to kind of let's kick the ball and launch it in the box and hope for a mistake. And then, again, Holliston do a nice job, some contact there, and there's going to be a whistle. It's going to be a foul on Norwood. Quick release. That's Lauren Capella into the game. Lauren Capella, number 16. Pushes it outside.
She's done it. She's done that
O'Connell tries to get a turn on it. No call. And there's Capella's there. Capella with a look. She passes it off. There's Mulvaney. Mulvaney with a nice turn. Shoots. Hard shot.
Oh, well
on
done.
target.
Well done.
So Wachowski's
well
there.
Done.
Holliston, a good opportunity right there between Lauren Capella.
That was a very skillful play.
Between Caitlin O'Connell and then Mulvaney with a very nice turn and a good strong look.
She took the ball and she turned away from the goal and brought it back inside her and came back across the face of the goal. And that was an excellent shot on goal.
No, it's good. She just hit it. Wachowski was in the right spot.
And she really was.
And that was from distance. That was a good 18 yards out.
The other one I'm impressed with too is that the one now, number 8 from the Holliston team. She seems to be very comfortable when she's under traffic. It means when there's a lot of the opposition are close around her. She doesn't panic. And she makes sure she tries to control the ball. She tries to turn it in one way or the other and throw them off. And she's very good at that. And that's not an easy thing to be able to do. And she does it very, very effectively. So as the season goes on, I think you're going to see her as an extremely impressive attacking player.
Well, that's.
I don't know who she is.
When you start getting against the pressuring defenses and the players can really
absolutely.
Where they'll really tighten up that window
that's right.
And the speed will be faster. The play speed will be faster. You'll have. Oh, and there's another turn. Oh, and she goes down, and I think they're going to give her a free kick. Yeah.
Who?
That was Ainsley Doniger. That was just who we were talking about. So Doniger gets a step, and as she breaks through, she gets tripped. So it's going to be a Holliston free kick just outside the box. Looks like it's going to be Hauk to take it. So just outside of the 18-yard box, Hauk with a free kick, and this is going to be a direct kick. So she should be shooting right on the net.
She's got to go for goal right here. Yeah.
So Holliston looking to blow this game wide open in the first half. A really good opportunity here. Here's Hauk.
Yes.
Shot right at Wachowski. Wachowski makes a play.
What a beautiful position. And you've got to give Norwood goalkeeper all credit for that because she saw where it was going and she was right there.
Yep. So Wachowski with another good play directly at her. So more damage is avoided by Norwood. But here comes Holliston once again, and they are not taking their foot off the gas. There's Doniger. Doniger racing. Wachowski comes out of goal. She's not messing around. She's like, I'm going to take care of this. I don't need any more people breaking free and taking these, undefended shots on me. I mean, big saves are fun. McDonald pops it up. Kutchman's there. She gets a piece of it. And Kutchman breaks free. Kutchman a long shot and lobs it in. Wachowski's with an easy save. But it's almost like Norwood doesn't have that one center back that kind of hangs back to just
pulls it all
make
together.
Sure that there's make sure that nobody's getting a clean look at the goal.
No.
And I mean Holliston has had 3 clean looks at the goal today. 2 of them have resulted in goals. One was probably the save of the week. When we put this on our highlight film, right? That'll be on one of the saves of the week for sure. This week in soccer. Lucas with a save, pushes it down and cleared out by Holden.
Come on, you got to bring it inside. There, you got somebody
There's
inside.
Hauk on the outside. Hauk has Kutchman. Kutchman one time forward, trying to find Doniger, and couldn't do it. Leone on the outside. Norwood's going to bring some players in. Give people a spell. About 5 minutes remaining left in the half. Holliston with a 3-0 lead. And goals by McDonald, Kutchman, and Caitlin O'Connell. Speaking of Caitlin O'Connell, she races. She runs out of space. Norwood trying to get something going in the Holliston side of the field. Just can't seem to put anything together. Leone, one time up, looking for McDonald. McDonald's there. So Norwood's taking some chances that they shouldn't. Trying to just make something happen. Ball forward. Looks like it caught her elbow, but
nice.
Once again, that was Tom Kringle over there. We'll call him. I don't know his last name. It must be some relation to Chris Kringle. Holliston keeps the ball in. Hauk up front. Hauk with a move on the outside. Tries to push the ball and it's stuffed.
She's back there.
And there's Claire Fitzgerald coming up from that back spot. Once again, bringing that back up to keep the pressure and keep the ball down.
Oh, sure.
In the Holliston end makes that difference. One-time shot.
I mean, in today's soccer, there's no fullback primarily and winger primarily. They're all soccer players, and they are supposed to be able to interchange positions. That's what the real game is these days.
Or anybody can just find themselves anywhere on the field,
yes,
and then be
absolutely.
able to.
Yeah. Somebody once said to me, if you're a good soccer player, you can play anywhere. I'm not interested in what position you say you're going to play. You'll play where I put you.
And you probably
right.
think, when you start thinking about the real upper levels of management and how they, the coaches that can kind of predict and almost manipulate those. Well, if that's how it's going to be played, then I'm going to be able to create that mismatch at the right time, right? And it'll just be, it'll be something that they see in the game. Yeah. And then as the game goes on, they'll be able to say, all right, well, this player will always tend towards the middle, or this player will always stay to the outside. And then I'm going to be able to create that. I'll have my taller player, my faster player be in that spot. And that's why those really, really, really strong, managers, that's why they can make a difference.
Yeah, you mustn't get me going about managers either.
So we got a whole half to talk about. We could talk about managers. Talk about the World Cup, the Women's World Cup. Speaking of the Women's World Cup, their manager I just read that today. He was let go.
Yeah.
Win the World Cup and he's fired. But again, not knowing the entire story. Here's another race. Wachowski comes out, and Wachowski gets to it first. He's able to send it forward. Again, Wachowski's not messing around anymore. She does not want to play the one-on-one with the goalkeeper. It's taken by Norwood, pushed up. She looks again. Holden's there. Holden finds Hauk. Hauk on the outside. Hauk doing a nice job on the outside, controlling that outside wing. Number 11, Emma Hauk, captain. But yeah, not knowing that Spanish story, I know that there was.
You've got to be very careful there. I mean, you can't do that. You can't be like old white guys don't rule anymore, and that's really what they got to learn,
But here's the thing:
terrible,
it's
disgusting.
I guess it's when you have assistant coaches and you had a whole plethora of coaches and managers and trainers that leave, that quit. There's that's not coincidence. There's something there. So hopefully Spain, in the wake of winning the Women's World Cup, will be able to figure out what's going on over there and get themselves back in a place where, where soccer's supposed to be. It's a competitive sport, but it's supposed to be enjoyable. Speaking of enjoyable, Caitlin O'Connell on the outside. She's able to keep it in. She gets there first, sends the ball across.
Oh,
Donegal scores. Donegal's there.
What a shame.
For the fourth goal.
What a shame.
Wachowski gets her hands on, but once again, just too close and with too much pace on that ball. And that was all Caitlin O'Connell racing that ball to the outside, getting a great cross.
Yep. It really was.
Ainsley Doniger there, and Ainsley Doniger to finish strong. So Holliston with a 4-0 lead just before the end of the first half.
I feel sorry for that Norwood goalkeeper.
It could have been. It could have been. We don't believe in own goals here. I mean, that's all well and good, but that girl from Norwood, she didn't kick that ball in.
You could say it was an own goal, but it came off her at such velocity she ain't going to stop
That's
it
true.
anyway.
That's true.
I mean, she was amazing that she even got to the right
Don't
position.
even get him started on, oh, now look what you've done. Because now so. All right, so that wraps up the first half with Holliston with a commanding lead. 4-0.
Very good.
Goals by Paige Kutchman, by Ainsley Doniger, by Kaylee McDonald, and Caitlin O'Connell. So as we go to break, Holliston leads Norwood by a score of 4-0. Go take a break and get something to eat, get some snack, get rejuvenated, because we have another half of soccer. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay, everyone, we're back at Holliston High School's Kamitian Field, where the Holliston Panthers are taking on the Norwood Mustangs. Holliston leads by a score of 4-0 at the start of the second half. Holliston will be playing from south to north, and Norwood playing from north to south. Holliston has had goals scored by 4 separate people, although there was a little bit of a deliberation as to whether or not there was an own goal. We went to the ruling of my father-in-law, who said that the ruling that it was in fact a Holliston score goal, not an own goal, after we reviewed the tape. So goals today scored by Holliston's Paige Kutchman, Caitlin O'Connell, Kaylee McDonald, and the last goal by Ainsley Doniger. So Holliston with a commanding 4-0 lead as we begin the second half, and a very, very hot day here at Kamitian Field. So everybody's feeling the heat. So it's and I'm sure that both teams are probably a little bit winded at this point. Some of the fans, they're feeling the heat as well, but still we're going to play because it's early on in the season. I'm sure that every game isn't going to be this hot. That's for sure. All right. As we're underway, and here it comes again. Caitlin O'Connell again by herself with 4 people, and she goes through and she looks like she got hit. So Caitlin O'Connell intercepts the opening pass, takes it to Lincoln. Looks like she might have been a little banged up, but she got up. Looks like she's okay. And I'm not sure what the call was. Looks like it's a Holliston corner, and that's exactly what it is. So O'Connell earns the corner, some hustle. She gets up gingerly, but I think she's going to be okay. Here's the corner that comes in. I can't see who's taking it from my position. Ball comes in, not bad. Bounces to O'Connell. Ball across, it goes right across the front of the goal.
Oh, damn me.
Doniger was there and just couldn't organize her feet to get a touch on it. That ball just went gracefully across the front of the goal. That should have been a little more action. Norwood got away with one there. So early on, Norwood dodges a bullet, and they clear out. So Holliston again. There's Kutchman on the outside. Hauk pushes the ball forward. There's nobody there. It's going to be a Norwood goal kick. So want to give a special shout out today. We have, as you can see, if you're watching the game, you can see the Holliston, all the girls that are working very hard to control the ball. That is, hold on, I have that information right here for Holliston. That is the Holliston United 6th grade select team, coached by Coach Steve Bigelow. So special thanks to Coach Bigelow and his Holliston United team, 6th grade select, that are doing all the organization and management of keeping this game on track. And it's always great when you have the younger kids that come out, because they're a big help, because then you don't have to have high school kids do it, and you know how sometimes get hard to get high school kids to actually do that kind of stuff.
Do what you want.
But I can remember, and I'm sure you can remember as well. As a young kid, you always wanted to watch the older guys play, right? You watch no matter what sport it was. When I was in grade schools and the high school players and how good they were, how big they were, how talented they were. So I'm sure these girls look at these Holliston High girls and like, someday I'm going to be like Caitlin O'Connell.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Norwood earns a corner. Here's a corner from the outside. Ball up. Gets a piece of it. It's there. Shot on goal, and it's right at Lucas. See that Norwood player, who that was. Find her number. But got a really, really good look at that. And I think that might have been Maggie McDermott, number 10, or it could have been Cece Becker, number 19. I can't really tell the numbers. The numbers are hard to tell, but either McDermott or Becker was the one who took that shot. But unfortunately for Norwood, it was right at Kira Lucas, and she was able to stop it. So Lucas with a painful save, but she does, and Holliston still remains perfect on their side of the defense. Ball comes forward. It was Claire Fitzgerald. Claire Fitzgerald pushed that ball forward and it goes out. Bausch heads the ball out, comes in from her center back position to control that. Here's Norwood. So Norwood trying to play the ball in, get something going down their end. Bausch, Mulvaney's there. Fitzgerald. So Norwood pushed on the outside and the ball comes out. And referee signals out. So 4-0. We talked about this earlier. What does a team, obviously Norwood's probably doesn't have the same kind of, doesn't have the same, the same number of players, the number of really
I don't know.
Players that can push and run and athletic players that Holliston, because Holliston just they have a bigger team. What does a team like Norwood have to do to kind of stay in this game and get the most out of a game like today with the early kind of lopsided score?
But you got to forget about the score. It don't matter. You got to forget about the score, and they just got to play the game basically as it is. They got to mark their men. They got to make careful passes to their own players, not to the oppositions, and they can't. When they go to sort of control the ball, they got to make sure they control. You got to go back to the basics. That's what they got to do. It's very difficult when it's a day like today, and it's absolutely wearying to play when it's played. This is not a game that's supposed to be played at these temperatures.
I can remember you telling me countless times that soccer was made to be played
in the rain.
In not the driving rain, but just like the continuous rain.
That's right.
Maybe about 40 degrees, so not too much wind, but enough to just put a chill on you, right?
Yeah, you got it.
That's where soccer's supposed to be played. That place where you're from, that you don't get that kind of weather very often. Oh wait.
What that kind of? No, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes.
So in England, it's sometimes rainy,
yes,
and sometimes a little chilly, and you don't see a lot of sunlight.
That's no.
I heard.
You don't see a lot of that.
Yeah.
No, you find fact that sometimes you wonder what it is when it comes out. But I just think they've got to settle down. Now they've got too many back there. That's the trouble now. They've overloaded the defence. Right? And so they've taken out the players from the midfield. They're playing more like defensive. And that's another disastrous thing to do. Don't do that. Just, keep the formations. Keep playing. Keep trying to sort of push the ball around. Keep it under control. No crazy bangs upfield or anything.
Mulvaney, she shoots on goal from the free kick from about 30-yard line. That was probably a little bit too far. They try and clear,
I think they must be getting tired too.
Well, as we saw, there's been Coach Chadzy's done quite a few substitutions.
So they should be today. It's exactly what it should be. I mean, they've got 20 people sitting out there.
There's Doniger on the outside. Doniger gets the ball across.
Nice.
O'Connell almost got her head on that ball to head it in. It was a nice cross by Doniger. I tell you what, Doniger, as you said, that's number 8. She's
I like her.
This is the first time we're seeing her play at the varsity level. Looks like we have Mulvaney comes out. Looks like Lauren Capella coming in. Lauren Capella, of course, is her old man, another softball player. However, Tony Capella, we'll do a shout out to him. Tony Capella, for a number of years, he no longer does it, but for a number of years, he was the president of the HISA program here in town. Tony Capella is a great soccer contributor here to the town of Holliston. I'll say he's a better than average soccer player. I know he grew up playing soccer. He's not a good softball player. I'll just say that out loud. Actually, he's a very good soccer player. And he's an athlete. And the other thing I don't like about her old man, we're talking about Lauren Capella, is that Tony Capella is and it's not that I don't like it, because he's a super guy, but he plays the drums. He's a really good drummer. So I'm envious of that, and just from a musical standpoint. There's some contact on the outside. That was Mulvaney, and Capella's gonna have to throw in. Yeah, so Tony Capella, a big shout out to him for all the hard work that he did, with HISA. And as you know, we mentioned this earlier in the broadcast. You were there. You were kind of putting, youth soccer on the map. A million years ago when there was no such thing as youth soccer.
Yeah, when dinosaurs were around.
Now that the dinosaurs are gone, soccer is far and away. It's got to be the most most popular here, especially here in Holliston, most popular with boys and girls, and it's one of those things where I've had I've been fortunate to be, and you and I both have been fortunate to be a part of it, kind of watching these kids grow up and be on teams and make friends and develop as players, and all the good things, and and then they kind of end up here, the ones that the stars end up here playing varsity soccer for Holliston Soccer, and that's Holliston Soccer has had a long rich lineage of having some really, really good players and some really, really good teams. So that all starts at the youth level. So Capella, good job. So Norwood trying to get something going to push it down into Holliston's end, and no can do. Caitlin Queeley's there. She pushes it out, so
both teams will get tired too, so you're gonna.
We'll see. We'll see how this, because it hasn't cooled off at all. That's for sure.
No.
There's O'Connell. She is nothing but trouble. O'Connell breaks free again. Some good footwork, sends the ball forward, but no one's there. I mean, not only is O'Connell strong, she's fast.
Well, she controls the ball at speed too. Yeah. That's they're very difficult to get a handle on, these players that can run really fast and keep the ball with them, because you can't get at it. And she's one of those.
Yeah. Houck on the outside. Houck sends the ball across. He's there. Who's there? O'Connell almost there.
Nearly.
Houck with another.
She's got it.
Half a dozen.
Oh, bring it in before.
Really nice cross.
Hey, what was?
Houck one time tries to pop it, and it's going to go over the crossbar.
That goalkeeper, that Norwood goalkeeper, is very effective. She was up there with that cross.
So, some more substitutions coming in.
Yeah.
Aaron Witzel, number 19, is coming to play the left back. There's Kutchman. So this game, for many of you, some of you are watching this live broadcast. It's shot in.
Oh, nice.
Right at her.
Nice.
That was McDonald. McDonald launched that one right at Wachowski. Wachowski is getting a workout today.
I think she's doing very well.
There's Bausch. She sends it forward. Bausch again. Gets it under control. Tries to push it through. So as I said, this game is broadcast worldwide, global. So we did send some information out to our our overseas contingent, your brother and your nephew. Both last name is Marshall as well. Alan and Scott Marshall, respectively. See if they'll be watching today's game. If they are, it's a shout out to you guys over on the other side of the pond. Get to watch some American soccer. Maybe learn something. Especially you, Scott. I know you kind of struggled with soccer. So those are of course John Marshall's younger brother, his kid brother Alan, and Scott Marshall, of course, he's our law enforcement aficionado in the UK. So if you guys are watching, God bless America. They do like all that American talk. They pretend they don't, but they do. All right, back here in the United States, Holliston still with a 4-0 lead. Norwood trying to get something going down in the Holliston sector of the field. Holliston's defense is just a little too stingy. There's a softball in. Kira Lucas is able to make that play. Launch it forward, trying to find Kutchman. She can't come down with it. Doniger's there. She sends it back. It's Leone on the outside. And Leone's got, there's O'Connell. She just does that. She can sneak in behind him and still remain on side. O'Connell tries to push through, and she's going to earn a foul.
Wow.
So O'Connell's fouled. It's almost like that. Some of those Norwood defenders, like, that's all I can do. I gotta do something.
Oh yeah, sure.
So looks like it's gonna be Hannah Holden's gonna take the free. Really? Oh, okay. That's right. We were gonna. Katie Williams' dad is just saying we were going to talk about some of the losses as Holliston tries to push forward. It's a little bit offside. So Katie Williams, who's she was the goalkeeper, the longtime goalkeeper here at Holliston High last year. Graduated last year, had a stellar career at Holliston High, and one of our former players. She played on one of our teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So. Katie, if you're listening, we give a special shout out to you. Of course, we all miss you, and your dad said you need to call him tonight and talk to him on the phone for at least 30 minutes. He's not asking you. He's telling you. Give him a call. It's early in the semester. You don't have that much homework. You're going to be okay. All right, back to the game here. So Norwood trying to get something started with a throw-in, some substitutions. Bausch comes out. Hauk comes out. Who do we have coming in? Caitlin Clark comes in on the outside. Sarah Queenie's coming back to play center back. Or sorry, she's playing forward. Sorry. Ball in. Wheelie sends it.
She's got it too.
There's Queenie. Queenie forward. Queenie again. It's tangled up.
Oh, come on.
On the outside. Looks like that's Eleanor Granfers. Granfers she's a freshman this year, playing varsity. So she's playing right back. There's Granfers on the outside. McDonald in the middle, trying to keep it under control. She can't. It's Williams. There's Granford. She gets a touch. Norwood controls. Ball forward, and it's a foot race. Holden's going to be there. Holden stuffs it, but Norwood's going to earn a corner. Nice play for Holden to come back and recover, but Norwood will get a corner. See what they do with this opportunity. We're in the 58th minute. Holliston leads 4-0. So it's not a corner.
No.
Stand corrected. Looked a lot like a corner from where we were sitting, but Lindsay, you probably have a better look than Lindsay's ruling is corner. I'll have to talk to Tom about that. That's his side too. There we go. She's on side. There's Queenie.
Ooh.
Queenie forward.
I don't know about that.
Queenie looks back. Not a bad look. Has Clark on the outside. Clark trying to turn. Nice play. Slide to take that away, and that's going to be a Holliston corner. So Queenie and Clark on the outside, and the Norwood defender was able to get a foot on it, break that up. Caitlin Clark to take the corner.
Nice.
Ball in, it's there. And
Wait.
Wachowski's able to scoop it up. No one was able to get
Why did she not head it?
anything on the other. And I think she may have tried. I think she might have just missed it. It looked like that
I
was
don't know.
that was the intent, but she may have just mistimed it. Juliet Leone on the outside with the throw. Holliston back to work. And it looks like we'll do that again. Holliston on the outside. Leone sends it forward, looking for Queenie. She's there. Tries to get a hold, but can't.
Oh, look at that.
There comes
Nice.
Granfers. Nice ball across.
Nice. You definitely. Why did?
I think that was the freshman, Robin Granfers, number 9, if I can see that number. So, correction, Eleanor Granfers on the outside. See that number. It looked like that was her. That was a great cross across the front of the net. No one on the other side. Ball in. Gets headed, and it goes out. So Holliston corner, nothing on that. And it's going to be a Norwood goal kick. All right, we're going to take a break right now as the standard safety heat break that we do here in the Tri-Valley League, especially early on in the season. Not a problem with that. All right, so we're going to take a quick break ourselves, and once they resume, we'll be right back. So don't go away. We'll be right back with more Holliston girls varsity soccer. Okay, we're back from our break at the 60-minute mark. 20 minutes remaining left in the game. Holliston leads 4-0. It's going to be a Norwood goal kick coming out of break, and Wachowski sends it forward. So, as we were saying during the break, the Holliston doing a nice job, Coach Chadsey doing a nice job of everybody, of substitutions, allowing everybody to play. And she does have a lead, but at the same time, it's good, and it's good to especially for the younger kids who've never played at the varsity level, to get to play at this pace. And like we said, Norwood's they're not a bad side. I think they have some positioning issues, but they're very athletic, and they have some kids that are fast, and they have some kids that can handle the ball. So this is so far although Holliston's really commanded this game, pretty much from front to back. There's Queenie and Wachowski's keeping him in the game. Wachowski's down, and she's able to scoop that up. Wow, nice play by the keeper. Once again, and as we said, if you get a goalkeeper with a hot hand, you can stay in any game. So Norwood's not out of it, and here they come. There's Norwood with a shot on the outside, and it goes wide.
That's a good shot.
So Norwood with a good look at the goal, had some good velocity, and then it just went wide to the right, or to the left of the goal, to the right of our keeper, Kiera Lucas, and wide of the post. like that was number 18. That might have been Elizabeth Gonzalez again. I struggle with the numbers. It's because I'm blind. All right. Holliston goal kick out. Here's Norwood again in space. Sends it forward and nothing doing. An easy ground ball to Lucas. She's able to pick it up. So Holliston's had a couple of more scoring opportunities here.
Touch it.
There's Clark on the outside. She just can't keep it in.
Can't keep it in.
So as we said in the beginning of the broadcast, this is being brought to you right here by Holliston Hub HCAT. And you may say, well, wait, what's this Holliston Hub thing? HCAT, formerly Holliston Hub, which is formerly just HCAT, is it's the new us. It's the new look. It's like we've got a makeover. We got some new people on board, right? Got some youth in the Holliston in the Holliston Hub world, and they've said, listen, we need to make some changes, and that's exactly what we've done. So Holliston Hub is trying to establish itself as kind of the all things, all important, all news, anything you want to know, get your fingers on the pulse of anything Holliston. That's, you go to the Holliston Hub, whether it be sports, whether it be news, whether it be cultural activities, anything and everything happens right here on the Holliston Hub. So go no further. You are right where you need to be if you want to know about it and keep in touch with all things that happen here in Holliston. As the ball comes up, and it looks like it might have caught Mulvaney's hand, and it did. And we're all excited about it. We're all, I know that everybody loves the HCAT. The HCAT, like kind of that's like what we were. And you know what? It's not going away. It's still part of us, right? It's always going to be part of our DNA. But we're the hub, like the hub. That ball launches in, and there's trouble as Lucas is out, and she's able to stuff it. So Lucas was out of the goal and was just able to get a hand on it as Norwood had a shot. Still, Norwood can't buy anything. Looked like, it's going to be a Norwood corner. Nice play by the goalkeeper, Lucas. Although she looked like she might have been in trouble, someone from Norwood was able to come down and get that ball under control and get something in the vicinity of the net. Here's a Norwood corner. Comes up and hooks it in. I know what you want to say.
What do you know what to say?
I know that you're doubtful of corners. You know
what?
No,
I wasn't doubtful of corners at all. She was trying to take an in-swinger. When you take an in-swinger, you've got to get the other side of the flag.
That's true. That's true.
So that's a shame because the connection with the ball was fine, but the rest they just screwed her up. But those are the little things. I hope they pick up as they continue playing. It's. I hope the coach picks up on that sort of stuff because that's what stopped. That's the difference between somebody good and somebody who could be really good.
Queenie, nice ball across.
Nice.
That's Kutchman.
Forward down. Nice.
Kutchman
return.
Forward looking for Clark. It's a foot race.
Shit.
And it looks like the Norwood player number, that might have been Riley Barnett, number 13, was able to make that play. As Holliston looked like they might have been off to the races again. Kutchman with the turn, shoots, gets some velocity on, but not enough.
Nah. I think they're
running
running out of gas a little bit, actually.
I imagine that
actually.
It's early in the season, so the conditioning may be you're not at full season level, right?
No.
This early?
No, you're certainly not. Not at these temperatures either.
And the heat, of course. Granford sends the ball in, it goes off, and it looks like it's going to be another Holliston corner. But overall, as I talked to Coach Chadsey before the game, two of her top players are injured, and so, players that have been playing for the last 3 years, and this is their 4th year, so that's tricky, right? And it's one of those. It's kind of, the nature of the game. That sometimes there's going to be injuries. Things aren't going to always work out the way you drew them up. But it looks like some of these younger players have some potential. So I'm sure that Coach Chadzy's got to be happy with some of the performance, some of the players that haven't played at the varsity level. Players like Ainsley Doniger, as we had talked about her earlier.
I think she should be very, very pleased because some of them have been very.
Capel on the outside. Again, she keeps it and it's pushed. So a lot of these younger players, you have some freshmen that are starting right now that look like that they've been playing varsity for quite some time. So I think it'll be interesting to see, how the season develops and how she's able to kind of work through, some of the injuries. And, that's the other thing that unfortunately there may be more injuries. Just that's the way sports are. So being able to kind of put kids in the right position, put the right combinations out there. And the one thing that does is when you get to play, you get confidence. And the more you get to play at this speed, the more confidence you're going to get, win, lose, or draw. So we always used to say back when we used to coach in the youth, you just get better from playing.
Oh, you do.
You just get better from playing. So, this could be an opportunity in disguise.
The first game they play, this is the first one. They're going to be a little nervous and stuff, and slowly that'll go away.
That's Arsenal on the outside. Sadie Bigelow. She's playing the center back, or no, she's on the mid. Bausch goes over her head, and looks like we're going to see it's going to be a Holliston goal kick. All right, as we're approaching the 70th minute, Holliston still with a 4-0 lead. Cushman takes a break. McDonald comes back in. Unfortunately today, because of the heat and the fact that we had the game, that Norwood got to the game late and didn't have a lot of opportunity to warm up. We weren't able to do our normal pregame ritual, which is of course announce the starting players on each team, and then of course the national anthem. So I'm sure that the next time we'll have a little bit more time, and we'll be able to do our normal. And and that could be something that we could get on TV. I'm sure all you viewers at home would like to see the pregame festivities. It's funny because I don't know if not many other teams in the league do it. So I wonder if teams, when they come and play at Holliston, like, we got to do this. We have to do that. I don't want to announce. I don't have to run. They don't know what to do. They run out. Where do I run on the field? Where do I stand? Do I have to shake the coach's hand? Right. It's, these are high school kids. They don't care about it. They don't want to do that. I don't want them to say, but you know what? Down the road, they'll watch the tape, and they'll be glad that they did. They'll say, I remember that. All right, so Norwood trying to get a move, push up forward. And like you said, now's the time to focus on your fundamentals, right? The game's
absolutely.
The game's
it's going away.
The score's relatively decided, but now it's like let's try and do good things.
Play.
Let's have good touches, right?
Yep, exactly.
Make good plays. If I can
keep your positions, do that. Learn how to do that.
Right, I can make some good saves. Not a bad save by Kira Lucas. Right, and not let it be sloppy, but just focus on some of the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Like that play right there. Lauren Capella, not a bad ball forward. She comes in. She's got Doniger. McDonald on the outside. McDonald, nice ball across. Oh, unable to get her foot on it with the left foot. But those are, yeah, this is, this is, it's like you're
Well,
practicing at game speed.
This is where you can practice that. Now, I don't think that was a very constructive move coming forward, because the pass from the midfield was made, and it was more. It went more in the direction of the opposing player than it did the one they were trying to reach. So, you got to put those things to rest. All the little things, they all come together to screw you up if you're not careful.
Norwood ball forward, nice play.
That is a very good control.
Now she's able to get control of it, but Norwood pressing.
Yeah.
Arsenault's there.
Very
Leone's
good.
there.
Yeah, it's
Nice play by
nice
Juliet
play.
Leone to clear it and find somebody. See again. So I'm sure all these girls are going to watch this tape. She's offside. Doniger, she was a step offside for sure. They're going to watch this. They're going to watch this and learn from from coaching.
This guy here, I don't.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry. This is not the first time we've had a very dodgy call, I'm telling you.
Leone
Nice. No.
leads it up to Arsenal.
No.
It's almost like you have to have the mute button here.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think they have that. I think there may be that 5-second delay in case either of us ever accidentally use foul language.
No.
That's ever happened in the
don't
game.
do that. We might not. We might show our displeasure at some of the officials and stuff like that. But
Yeah, they're doing everybody's doing their best. Of course,
Yep.
we have
Yep. That's right.
that's the other thing. The officials they've been in this heat as well. Right?
That's right.
They have to.
Yeah.
As we wind down, we're in the 76th minute. Things are starting to wrap up.
No, come on.
It's good. We get to see some of these younger players play.
Yep, it is.
Doniger
Go.
scored early.
That's a nice ball.
Good ball.
Look at
There's
that.
Huck
Look
on
at
the
it. Right
outside.
inside the
That's
fullback.
Huck with speed.
Inside the fullback.
Out, good ball in.
Oh,
Ow, just
skip
off
the
crossbar.
crossbar.
She was shooting for goal.
Very nice. Yeah,
Great
good
shot.
for her.
Tough angle.
Good for her. Well done. But
Emma Houck's able to get a shot.
it came from the pass that took the fullback out of the game because it went between her. It went on the inside of the fullback, and she couldn't see where the attacking player was, and went straight to the winger running down. That was a
Great ball in.
superb
Great ball in
pass.
from Doniger.
Absolutely, yeah.
McDonald shoots.
Oh, that was touch and go.
Wachowski almost misplays that.
Yeah.
He's able to
Yeah.
deflect it, and it's going to go off. It's
Yeah.
going to be a Holliston corner. McDonald, there was some velocity on that, and she short hopped her. So goals aplenty today for Holliston. Plenty of scoring. All 4 people scored today. Paige Kutchman, Caitlin O'Connell, Kaylee McDonald. And and Ainsley Doniger.
Yeah, they're aiming for that far corner. Very nice. Very
Good
nice.
ball.
Very good.
I will say that although 4 goals have been scored, the Norton goalkeeper, as she is, Tricia Wachowski has held her own.
She has. You can't blame her for any of them.
She's done
She's got an excellent job.
She had a lot of work to do.
Yeah. I mean, without somebody like of her quality there, that could have been a lot more goals than that.
So some good things we see today in Holliston. Some good ball control, some good athleticism, right? Some good speed, especially up front. Good control in the back, playing out of the back. We saw some, one of the things that, is watching, the Holliston, and not just Holliston, but all of kind of, high school girls varsity soccer.
That was a foul.
Rarely, there's a foul there. You just don't see a lot of that ball control. Let's play. Let's keep the ball. Let's reverse fields. Let's play the ball back.
Yeah.
Especially if we're in the other team's end. Why would I play the ball back? You just don't see it where you see it at the club level. But we'd always like, why don't they do that? And is it just a different game? Is it different? And it's not just Holliston. It's everybody. All the teams and it's always because usually, when you get to this level, you're going to have some players that are really, really talented. You're going to have some standout players that are going to go on to play in college. And if you have some of those players that are playing up front, they're just going to create opportunity. They're going to create. They're going to make the team make the other team make mistakes, and they'll be able to take advantage of them. That's why it's always pressure. But when you see like the evenly matched teams, when you have two teams that are really skilled and really talented, especially on the defense, that's when you figure it out. You're like, the only thing, I'm not going to break through this defense just launching the ball into the box.
Well, that's, you say, why do they pass it back? Well, they pass it back because they keep possession of the ball. I don't care where it goes. As long as your team has got possession of the ball, they can put you on your bloody goal line. They got it. That's what they do.
This is why you get paid. This is why you get paid to do this job, right?
Do I?
Yeah, that's why you get paid as much as you do.
I was wondering why that
That's
was.
why you get paid as much as you do. As we're winding down here, Holliston is going to come away with their opening, their league opener. As O'Connell trying to put some more on the board.
Yeah, keep going. Well
He
done.
just doesn't. O'Connell just has one speed
yeah.
on.
Full
There's no
straight ahead.
No, there's no pacing herself there.
No.
So a good game all around for Holliston. A good game. Again, Norwood's probably still doing a little rebuilding, and that's okay. I think that even when you play like a team that's got a little bit more in the tank than you do, you're still going to get something out of it. You're going to learn something. You're going to so I think Norwood's not going to go away. Lila Bausch making a nice play, pushing the ball on the outside.
Get out of another way.
Claire Fitzgerald trying to
see that's number 8 again. She's very calm when she's under pressure.
Doniger again.
And she had a couple of players at least around her, and she pulled it out and beat them.
McDonald pushed it
nice
on the
part
outside
on the inside. Yes.
Hawk with speed sends the ball across. Can't get there.
I think she's gonna get it, save it. Yes.
O'Connell's there.
Nice.
She sends it back across, and there's there.
Oh
no!
Hard luck.
She was right there.
A head shoot.
That's it. Almost was able to connect with Kayla McDonald on the other end of that, and just put it wide. And that's going to be the end of the game. So after 80 minutes of some hot soccer, Holliston is able to come away with a significant victory over Norwood by a score of 4-0. Had 4 goals scored by 4 separate people. Once again, thank you to Holliston United 6th grade select team for their work here. Special thanks to Norwood High School. They played a good game today. And once again, thank you all for joining us on behalf of the Holliston Hub. We appreciate all of your support here and your support of all of Holliston Hub's coverage of high school sports. On behalf of my partner, John Marshall, I'm John Joyen. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all next time on Holliston Girls Varsity Soccer.